What's good, everybody? It's Jonah. Come back at you with another video. So with this video, I'm here to tell you and remind you the importance of trusting the process. That you have to trust the process. Now, for most people, they struggle with that because they might be, they might have goals and dreams, and they desire these things, and they want to go and get there, but they just don't have the answers. They don't have the path in order to get there. But I'm here to tell you that the reason why you need to trust the process is because as you go through the motion, as you work towards your goal and your dream, that is when eventually the path will light up, right? If I use an example, say you're driving in the middle of the night and you're driving through and the streets don't have any street lights, right? So nothing is illuminating the path in front of you. The only light that you can see is the light that, your car is giving you. And you have your GPS on. You need to trust that you are heading in the right direction, that you will eventually get there. You need to trust that if you can only see what's in front of you, right? Because that's going to be the case for a lot of things in your journey, that you're only going to be able to see what's directly in front of you. Why? Because if you don't know the path of how you're going to get somewhere, then you just have to take one step at a time. You just need to do what you think you should be doing, right? You should be taking the most logical step that's directly in front of you and continue at it. And eventually the answers or the path will reveal itself to you, right? If I give you another example, let's say you are a farmer, right? Farmers, when they're planting crops, right? They'll take the seed, they'll dig a hole and plant the seed, and then, cover the seed with soil, and they'll water it at whatever increment of time needed, right? And they make sure it gets sunlight, water, all that stuff. I have never heard, as far as I'm concerned, I've never heard of a farmer that every single hour or every single day they dig up the seed that they planted because they want to check on it to see whether or not it's growing or not. They don't do that. That's not a thing. That doesn't happen, right? The farmers, when they're planting crops, they trust that the seed is growing. They can't see it because clearly it's in the ground. It's covered in dirt, right? It's inside the soil. They cannot see the seed, and yet they still water it. They still trust that it is growing. That eventually, a plant will sprout from the seed, and in due time will eventually grow and deliver the produce, whether it's fruits, vegetables, etc. You have to trust it the same way. See, some people, they don't have the trust because they don't have the answers. They want to feel fully prepared and want to know everything that they're gonna need to know, and everything to expect before they jump in. But that's not always going to be the case, right? You at some point are going to have to go through the motions and do that thing. You at some point are going to have to just pursue your dreams, whether you're ready or not, because most people want to wait till they're ready, completely ready, before diving in. And it's like, you won't know everything that there is to know. And for you to want to be fully ready to do anything and everything, then what you're saying is you also don't want to give any room for life to happen, right? Because things are going to come up. There might be, curves along the way, or speed bumps, right? But, or, a left turn here or right turn here, right? But it's all going to be part of your journey and part of your story. It's what's going to add color to your journey. It's what's going to make your journey worthwhile and fun. You need to begin to trust. You need to begin to trust that what it is that you're doing is what you should be doing. If it's something that makes you happy and you're able to step into your true form as a creator, where you're actually creating things that you're proud of, creating things that make you happy, creating things that make you feel good, then you are on the right track. You are, if you're doing what makes you happy, then you're effectively living out your life purpose, because your life purpose is to experience outrageous joy. It is to find happiness from moment to moment. So if you're doing something that makes you happy and it's something that's also positive and delivers value to other people, then you are on the right track. Then everything's going to be fine. Everything is going to be taken care of. You just need to trust the process, right? It's just easy with social media, with the rise of the internet. It's easy for people to just constantly compare themselves with other people, to constantly look at what other people's doing, to constantly think that they're behind and everyone else is ahead. But don't look at it that way. Don't pay attention to that, because if you pay attention to everyone else's plot of land, how are you ever going to appreciate your plot of land, right? If you're constantly, if this was an entire neighborhood, and you had neighbors to the left and to the right of you and neighbors across the street, if you're looking at every other neighbor's home, right? It's like, oh, that home is so beautiful. That home is gorgeous. Why can't I have a home like this? Why can't, right? Then you will never appreciate your home and your foundation. That means your home and your foundation and your plot of land is basically not going to be taken care of. It's not going to receive any attention. So it's going to be falling apart because your eyes is fixated on everything and everyone else. Stop worrying about everything and everyone else. Focus on you. Trust the process of what it is that you do, and develop a healthy level of obsession. Because if you have obsession with what it is that you want to do, or what it is that you're passionate about, then it doesn't matter if problems arise. It doesn't matter if any of these things come up, because when you operate with obsession, that means you're operating with willpower. That means you are going to make it happen. You will find a way, right? So you won't be tied down. You won't be stopped by these obstacles that will typically stop other people, because you have your mind made up that this is what you want to do, and you're thinking about it all the time, and you are going to make it happen, that you will succeed. That's powerful, and that's a blessing right there, right? I want, like, society, everyone in society wants the best. We want the best in everything. We want to eat the best food. We want to live in the best homes. We want to have the best partners. We want to have the best friends in our life, the most amazing family members. We want the best experiences when we travel, the best adventures. We are always looking for the best. The way to become the best, you need to obsess over things. You need to strive and work towards those goals or that dreams, right? And you need to truly obsess over it. And you need to trust the process. You need to trust that everything's working itself out. You need to trust that there's a higher power that's operating, that's helping you get there, that's delivering you exactly what you need in order for you to get to wherever it is that you're going. You need to trust that everything's working out. You need to trust that divine timing and God timing is a real thing, because it is. That things don't happen to you, they happen for you, for your betterment, for your growth. You need to trust that everything, that you are on time, right? That you need to trust that you are exactly where it is that you need to be right now. See, a lot of people might struggle with trust because they might see things, they might not have any evidence of themselves winning, or if anything, they might have counter evidence in their life, right? Of things going bad, things appearing to not be working out. But that is where you need to have trust. That is the importance of trust. I just gave it to you. I just explained it to you. If you're doing something that you're passionate about, where you're able to create and it's also providing value to other people, then everything is going to be fine. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. It doesn't matter what it is. There's always going to be someone out there that's interested in what it is that you do. There's always going to be someone out there. There's 8 billion people, right? So it doesn't matter what it is, right? You can be interested in butterflies. You can love butterflies, been passionate about butterflies since a kid. And so you just learning everything that you can about butterflies. You're reading all the books about butterflies. You're watching all the videos about butterflies. You learned about every single type of butterfly and breed and everything about them. You know who needs butterflies? Scientists, right? There's going to be insect museums or insect laboratories or scientists that are going to want to know everything that you know about butterflies. There's going to be other people out there in the world who are passionate about butterflies and want to know everything you know about butterfly, right? Like, so this is why it matters less about what it is that you do, because oftentimes people think, well, how can I turn my passion to a career path? I just gave you an example right there of something that does not seem to be that common, but someone that is super passionate about butterflies can end up creating their own career path based on their passion, because there's going to be other people out there who are interested. You have to trust that everything's working out. Don't be the farmer to dig up the seed every single hour or every single day to make sure it's making progress. You don't need to do that. Just do what you think you should be doing. Take the next logical step and continue doing that, and then allow life to happen. You don't want to be someone that's trying to just control everything, because you will never be able to do that, right? There's 8 billion people in the world that's living their life simultaneously. There's so many other variables happening. So you can only focus on what you can control, and you need to allow everything else to happen, right? You don't know if right now that there's a miracle on the way for you, right? You could be building a YouTube channel just like me, and you're probably so frustrated that your videos might not be getting any traction. Well, you don't know if the next one is going to be the one to pop off and really put you on the map, or you don't know if the one or if a month from now, right, that there's going to be someone that is like well known in that given industry, and they notice your work and decide to give you a shout out. You don't know if someone that has a large following comes across your video and is inspired and just feels so inspired by your work and what it is that you do, that they decide to hit that share button, and then it reaches millions of people, right? You don't know if the video gets into someone else's, someone else watches it, and then that person who is doing really well, that person can reach out to you for a business opportunity. Like, you don't know where it's going to take you, and it's a waste of time for me to even speculate, because there are unlimited or infinite possibilities of things working out and things like that happening, right? So there's no need for me to even continue, but those are just some examples. Like, you don't know where it's going to take you, right? But sometimes if we don't have any evidence, or all we see is counter evidence, that we can lose hope and we can lose confidence. Don't ever lose hope or confidence, right? Trust in yourself. Trust in what it is that you do. Believe that you are building something great. You got to be your own number one supporter in life, because you will guarantee have yourself for the rest of your life, right? So you might as well, and given that we only have one lifetime here, you might as well be your own supporter, so you can have the most enjoyable life existence possible, right? And that's the thing as well. It's if things already happen, if events happen, if you can see them, right, if you've experienced them, then technically it's old news, because it already happened, right? It's already old news, because you are a creator. You are constantly creating your future. So if something already happened, then that means it's already in the past. That means it's already old news. But yeah, most people, they fall victim to the like prisoner of the moment, and they hyper fixate on what's happening, and what's happening will end up dictating their life, rather than them taking a step back and saying, okay, this happened. That's okay. This is old news now. What is it that I now want? And fall in love with the idea of what it is that you want, because you as a creator, you have the power to create anything. It's just that most people, they don't live their life as creators. They basically live their life as reactors, right? That they just react to all the life events that happen. If something bad happens, they got to be frustrated, they got to be angry, rather than seeing that bad thing that happened, taking a step back and say, you know what, is this what I want in my life? No? Okay, so then let me focus on what I want, right? Some people can have an old car that, is becoming less unreliable, and they'll spend their whole day or their whole time complaining and being so frustrated and bashing the old car that they have, rather than spending all that time thinking about the new car that they're one day going to have, right? To make space for that new car. If that car is frustrating you and it's old, right? I can understand, right? Like, I'm human too. But if you focus all your attention on that current car that you have, that you already said is old and frustrating and unreliable, how do you expect to ever make space for that new car, right? And you bashing the bad car is going to make you feel bad the whole time. But if you're thinking about the new car, right? If, let's say, your old car breaks down, you can be thinking about your new car and saying, wow, things are going to be so great when I get that new car. I'm going to be riding with style. It's going to be so reliable. Everything's going to be taken care of. Life is going to be great. For me, I fell in love with the movie, the vision that I have in my mind of where I see myself doing videos. Because right now I'm doing videos in my bedroom, right? But I've already envisioned the next background, the next environment where I'm going to be recording videos, because I want this to be part of my life, because I want to constantly share my life experience and provide value to you guys. I want to continue making a difference in the lives of other people, to help other people, because I remember during my time many years ago as a kid, I felt as though I didn't have the answers for life, and I felt like I didn't know where to go or who to talk to explain life to me, to explain who I truly am, what this world is all about, and the purpose of this all, and how to get to where it is that I wanted to go. Because it can seem crazy if you come from humble beginnings and you envision yourself living a life that is full of abundance, living a life where you can choose whichever home you want to live and not care about the price tag assigned to it, or to drive whatever vehicle and not care about the price tag, or to go on vacations whenever you felt like it and you didn't have to ask for permission or take days off to do, where you can eat at whatever restaurant and leave whatever amount of tip you want and not have to worry about it, where you can help as many people as possible to change their mind and perspective and start thinking the right thoughts and having the right mentality. It seemed so crazy for me to want that and feel that and envision that as a kid, and I didn't have any answers on how to get there. But fast forward to where I am now, I have clarity. I have certainty that it's inevitable to happen, right? This is because I trusted the process. I didn't have the answers, but I trusted that somehow, some way, everything was going to come together, all of my life experiences. And now when I look back, because a lot of times you're able to see the path clearly looking backwards, because then you can see, oh, these were all the events that came together, that pieced itself together to then, allow me to see the clear picture. It's hard to see the full picture moving forward towards your goal or that dream. But once you arrive at that destination, you can look back and be like, this all makes sense. Every single one of these events were supposed to happen because I learned something, or all these events put me on this road so then I can get to where it is that I am now. That's how it all works. This is why I say you have to trust the process, because you don't know the events that are going to unfold. You don't know how it is that you're going to get to wherever it is that you're going, but you need to believe that it is going to happen. You need to believe that everything is piecing itself together for you. Me, where I'm at right now, I can clearly see how the things that I've done, the events that have happened, has helped shape me into the person I am today. All the trials and tribulations and all the, the problems and all the tough times that I went through, that all brought me here. It all brought me to become the person that I am, so that I can now grow and make a difference in the world moving forward. That I can now chase my goals and my dreams and have clarity with that. And I feel so at peace. I feel so happy because now I'm so empowered that I'm stepping into my true form as a creator. And this is what we were all meant to do. Because the basis of the world is all about creation. This is why we have such diversity and such variety in everything in life and the world. This is why you go to a supermarket and there's 20, 30 different water brands, right? Because everyone has different preferences on their taste of water, right? Where it's not one option, right? This is why there's so many different languages that are spoken, so many walks of life, so many different clothings that people wear, right? Because this world is meant for creation, is meant for variety. So being that you are your own unique person with your own unique way of thinking, your own unique personality, there is so much that you can offer to the world. And you can get there by trusting the process, by trusting what it is that you do, because you can very well be the first to succeed or the first to do that thing in whatever industry you're pursuing, right? It doesn't matter. There's other people that are doing something similar to you. They're not you, right? And who cares? Because people can support multiple people at the same time, right? You can go and shop at Nike and Adidas at the same time. It's usually not that someone picks one or the other, right? You can shop at both, right? You can eat at multiple different pizzerias. You don't have to just settle for one, right? Like, this is what I mean. So I just want this video to serve as a reminder to you guys once again, just to wrap this all up, that you have to trust the process. You have to trust in a power that's greater than yourself, that's helping you. You have to believe that a higher power is helping you, that a higher power is guiding you. And you have to trust that what you're doing is, in fact, what you should be doing. You need to have belief. Even if right now you don't have any evidence of it, evidence will eventually appear. As long as you trust it and you remain persistent, you will eventually win. It is inevitable for you to win. It is inevitable for it to happen as long as you continue at it. right? Don't be the farmer to dig up the seed, because right now, this can be the very beginning of your journey. Right now, you can be the seed that's just been planted in the soil. So it might take time for a plant to sprout out from the ground, right? It might take time, whether that's a couple days, a couple weeks, a couple months, right? Like it might take time, but that's okay, right? Because right now, as you're in the soil, this is you growing, this is you getting better, this is you improving, so that this is life preparing you so that you can sprout out and eventually grow into the big tree, right? Because you'll be proud of the person that you've become when you got to your destination. Don't be the farmer that is digging the seed out of the soil each and every day because you want to make sure something's happening. And if the seed doesn't grow into a tree in a day, then you throw the seed away. That's not how it works, right? Believe that everything's working out for you. Show up with the right attitude, with a smile on your face. Believe that you are the best at what you do, even if right now you might still be a beginner, even if right now you're still learning, because it is your belief that will create the fact. If you believe that you are the best, then guess what? Reality is going to show to you and prove to you that you are the best. So you have to show up believing that you're the best. And then the evidence will appear for you. So trust the process with anything and everything that you do. Believe that you are the best. Put one foot in front of the other, and eventually you'll get to wherever it is that you're going. You will win. So that wraps up the video. Enjoy the video. Do leave a like and subscribe as we're on the road to a million subscriber, guys. So once again, it's Joel, and I'm out. I'll see you guys for the next video.